Tequila King, and this is No More Love Songs. So I'm heading off to find myself a new face. I'm sick of staring at these thick red lines. And just a second for the first is a dirty lie. Kind of kick out all your good friends when you're out of love, out of heart, out of whiskey, out of courage, out of kicks, out of cares. But all your past kisses, they sting like near misses. I'm tempted to drop my guard just so you can plan one on, but I'm stubborn as a thirsty mule being led to some cliff pool. Everyone's moving on and I'm still stuck on you. But I ain't gonna write no more love songs, 'cause they will stay after you're long gone. It's a dangerous game to play. Scribbled on Matador is still seeing Reginald going toe to toe every time he sees a bullet. Every single blow's a certainty he's clinging to, and every single ball reminds him of a youthful tune. But I ain't gonna write no more love songs, 'cause they will stay after you're long gone. It's a dangerous game to play.
Guess we said it all, so disconnect the phone. First night on my own, not thinking of you.
I guess we said it all, so disconnect the phone. The first night on my own, not thinking of you. But I ain't gonna write no more love songs, 'cause they will stay after you're long gone. No, I ain't gonna write no more love songs, 'cause they will stay after you're long gone. It's a dangerous game to play.
And that is Tequila King, recorded live at Juice 107.2 exclusively for us, Brighton's finest. And it's a song which is called No More Love Songs. We've got another live track from them to come in a few minutes' time. Firstly, we should bring you our interview with Ralph, who's the main man of Tequila King. I've interviewed him loads of times in the past, and him and the rest of the band, just a good bunch of guys, always really entertaining. Sadly for me, it was Jeff Hemmings that was given the responsibility of interviewing him this time around. And he caught up with Ralph and sort of started asking about their new material and wanted to check what their current record label was.
This album has been done, so there's this thing called Patreon. I don't know if you've heard of it before.
I have, yeah.
So we basically signed up to that, and we've sort of self-funded this album, while the fans have sort of funded it. So we kind of give them a sort of about 4 bits of content, if we can, per month. So like acoustic tracks or demos, or we do our own little podcasts and stuff. And they give us like $5 a month. And that's kind of what's done it. So it's an independent release this time.
Right.
We've sort of been doing a sort of slow, gradual, because we're quite a sort of DIY band. So we started off on Virgin years ago. And then we moved through to independent. And now we're like fully independent.
Yeah.
Just us. And I think it's just a great way, because it means we're fully communicating with the fans all the time, and they feel really involved because they are really involved, and it means that we get the freedom to do exactly what we want, which is great.
Sure. So how do you work up a song? Are you the lead songwriter?
Yeah, so it will start with me in a room with a sort of guitar and a piano, and then we've got the process down quite well at the moment. So basically, I'll do that, and then I'll demo it to a sort of very poor standard because I'm not very good at that sort of thing. And then we'll all meet up and we'll sort of jam through it and start arranging things together. And then we'll do a demo, but like a good demo. So we're very fortunate. Ben Jackson has produced half the record, and he's the keyboard player. So we've kind of got a guy who can do all those bits that I can't do. And then once we've got that, we'll then book into a real studio and do it. And that's. But I suppose it kind of, because we can't afford to be in the studio that long, it means that we kind of know exactly what's going to happen when we get there.
Yeah.
And also quite often we fall in love with the sort of scratchy bits that are on the demos that we've recorded in our rooms and things. So
Sure.
They sort of appear in there too.
So the album, which is Spiritual Dark Age, obviously there's a kind of a bit of a theme throughout, and I think it's epitomised by the lead track, isn't it? The title track.
Yeah.
Can you talk us through that?
Oh God, it goes through like various different gods, like, and fictional characters and things like that. I think the main sort of message is more summarised by a tune called "Compassion is a German Word."
Yeah.
And that's just talking about how compassion is the thing that we really need to work on. And I think most of the other tracks are really examining what's happening when you have a sort of lack of that. And that titled track, in particular, is talking about some sort of like religious sort of debate and things like that. But I think the main thing is, I mean, I'm not religious myself, but I think the main thing that I get very annoyed about is when people start attacking other people's beliefs, and I just think it's something that people should really be wary about doing, and so I think that's the main message, really.
We're To Kill a King, and this one's called Spiritual Dark Age.
So the good man said, turns out God is dead. They're worshiping science instead, faith in books they haven't read. They're angry all the time, angry at some hole inside. Welcome to the spiritual dark age. Oh, don't lose your grip, don't get contemplated about the space we live between first breath and then the grave. No need to be saved, just some rules on how to behave. Welcome to the spiritual dark age. Forget about love, it's not a hand from above. It's not some dreaming there's the rub, just chemicals that flood your brain. They're writing poetry about serotonin and dopamine. Welcome to the spiritual dark age. Not alone, and you're not alone in this. There's no map and we're all just set adrift. Children making pictures in the sky, arguing about who's wrong and who's right. So the good man said, turns out God is dead. We're on our own, it's time to work out what is yours and mine. No reward to being kind, no quick fix for the fear you'll find. Oh, welcome to the spiritual dark age. Pass me those sedatives, pass on me sentimental empathy and talking gentle, blinkers on and take the middle. The day the TV died, only tied, keeping the family alive. Welcome to the spiritual dark age. Not alone, and you're not alone in this. There's no map and we're all just set adrift. Children making pictures in the sky, arguing about who's wrong and who's right. there's no map and we're all just set adrift. These children making pictures in the sky, arguing about who's wrong and who's right.